It was Texas, it was Tennessee.
Howdy, folks. Welcome in. You have arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast. My name is Steve. This is Soul Gravy up here.
Howdy, howdy.
We say hi to Soul Gravy. This is his show. Be nice to him. Also, come join us on YouTube. Subscribe over there. Excited about what's going on all the socials, but YouTube is where you get to see everybody involved. If you're on TikTok, join us over there. If you're on Facebook, howdy. Thank you for joining. Tonight, all the way from near Gillette, Wyoming, we have Kellen Smith. Welcome in, Kellen.
Howdy. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you again. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your, I know your days are busy, so we appreciate you taking time to sit down and chat with us for a little bit. We'll try to make it as painless as possible. But for the folks that may not be super familiar with your work, do you mind maybe just giving us a little bit of your backstory?
Sure. My name's Kellen Smith. I'm from Gillette, Wyoming, born and raised, and I started playing music, about 10 years ago now, and dabble with playing live here and there. Try to write some songs, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we mentioned this earlier in the pre-show convo, but Kenny, I'd heard a couple of your songs, but Kenny turned us on. We had Kenny on, and he's like, "Hey, you need to talk to these two folks as well." So, shout out to Kenny Fiddler. We appreciate that, because otherwise, this might not have happened for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like all the episodes, but Kenny's stands out for me personally, just because as soon as we started, as soon as he did the intro, my alarm started going off here for a tornado warning. So it's like, well, have a good show, guys.
Yeah,
I made it back to the end,
and you survived, which is good.
Yep.
And
everything was fine. But
that's the beauty of live podcasts. You get to see things as they happen. So
Yeah. Tornado and all.
very good. All right, well, Kellen, we're going to give you a little break here. This is a fan favorite where I get a quiz Soul Gravy on famous folks from your hometown. So Gillette, Wyoming is the location. For reference, if you joined us last week, Jessica Luby is about 2 hours to the east of where Kellen is.
okay.
So just head east on 90, I think it is, maybe. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Located in Campbell County in northeastern Wyoming. It has a population of about 34,000 folks or 35,000, somewhere around there. Definitely an energy hub. So we got coal, methane,
Oil, gas.
Yeah, oil and gas everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's experienced a lot of the boom situations, and also when it goes the other direction. So an interesting place for sure. Fun fact, Soul Gravy, I'm not going to quiz you on this, but
Okay.
have you ever heard 21st Century USA by the Drive-By Truckers?
Yeah.
Okay. That is about the layover that they had in Gillette.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, a little tie-in.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to get the truckers on, but we'll see how it goes. All right, here are the famous folks from Gillette. Tonight's gonna be difficult. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it.
It's always difficult.
John Chick, Chik.
I don't think I'm familiar.
John was a professional football player. He played defensive end for the Colts and the Jags.
Okay.
We're gonna kind of stay in that
So
realm.
this is relatively. He wasn't that long ago if he played for the Jaguars.
Yep. He was 2006 to 2017.
Okay.
Not everybody pays attention to everybody on the
Sorry.
offensive or defensive line, but yep.
Yeah.
John Chick.
He was a stud up in Canada too.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Did he?
Regina.
Saskatchewan? Is that closest? Or
I think Regina.
Oh,
Their
Regina.
team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Very good. Nice. All right. We're gonna stay in kind of that same realm, Soul Gravy. Not to give you any clues, but I feel like if there's a night I need to give you clues, this might be it.
It's okay.
All right. Alicia Craig.
I don't think I'm familiar.
She was one of the best American 10,000 meter runners.
Okay.
Wild story about her. She was married. She's widowed now, but she was married to a young man who actually passed away during the Olympic trials running. So,
Okay.
yeah, crazy.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But she's an amazing track athlete. All right. Same realm, Bob Harris.
Same realm. Um, let's see. What would Bob? I don't know what Bob did. Is he a roper?
No,
No?
no.
What was?
Bob was a professional baseball player, played for the St. This is maybe why you don't know it. He played for the St. Louis Browns,
Yeah.
the
That's a little before my
Philadelphia
time.
A's,
Okay.
and the Detroit Tigers. So it's been a little bit since he's
Philadelphia Athletics now,
right. Oakland.
or soon to be Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
or Vegas, yeah. Used to be Kansas City at one point, but yeah, all kinds of stuff going on there.
There's
All right.
Bobby Harris, roper.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
All right, Soul Gravy, you get credit for that.
Well, he was helping me, but
Nice. Okay. All right, good. Weston Oxy. Ochse. I apologize if I got that incorrect, but that's my best guess.
well, it wouldn't matter if you spelled it wrong. I still don't know the answer. So,
He wrote a book called SEAL Team 666.
okay,
Upcoming movie with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
okay,
Kind of cool.
yeah.
And then lastly, Clint Oldenburg. Same, different realm than Weston, but similar to the other three.
I'm not familiar with his. I could guess and possibly get it right, but I'm not familiar with his work. So,
He was an offensive tackle. Played.
okay, I was actually going to say that just because, but okay.
Yeah, it's kind of that's an offensive tackle kind of.
Yeah,
last
yeah,
name.
yeah. Oldenburg
for
sounds
sure.
like a lineman. That's
Right,
for sure.
definitely does. All right, offensive tackle: Patriots, Jets, Vikings, and Redskins, and Broncos. So,
About what year? What about?
Mid 2000
I got you.
aughts to the 2012.
Got you.
So yeah, not too long ago. But that's what I came up with today from Gillette. So shout out to those folks. I'm sure they're all watching, so we appreciate them being here. Hopefully they'll subscribe. Anyway,
Yeah.
Kellen, this is we start you off with the strangest question, and then it kind of gets a little bit easier from there.
All right.
So this one, we break down the music business, the kind of the way we view it, into 4 parts. Those 4 parts are songwriting, recording, performing, and then the 4th section is everything that has to do with running your music business that isn't necessarily musical. So the first question of that is, where do you kind of naturally gravitate? Which of those areas do you feel like, okay, this is my jam. This is what I'm best at.
Songwriting.
Songwriting. Okay.
Yeah.
And is that something that you've known kind of from the get-go? Is that kind of what motivated you to want to consider doing this as a potential career? Or?
Not necessarily. I guess you want me to go into the whole thing.
Yeah, if you could tell us a little bit about it, that'd be good.
Went to college in the University of Wyoming in 09. I graduated high school in 09 and then went to college that fall. And I never thought about playing music or had never touched a guitar really. And after being there for a while, I got into music and started playing guitar, and that's when I started writing my first songs. I'd never thought about it.
Right.
Still don't much, I guess. So it just kind of happened. And then I had multiple people ask to helped me record here locally, and I never thought much of recording either.
Sure.
'Cause it was all new to me, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's relatively fresh, right? I mean, 2009 seems like probably a long time ago, but it's really, in the big scheme of things, not very long
Yeah,
ago
and
for you to come so
it
far.
was more. I graduated in 13, and then I started playing some local bars here in Gillette. So it wasn't until like 2015 or 16 that I really even started playing much live other than in town.
Can we talk a little bit about the songwriting process itself? You comfortable with
Oh
that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So one of the things that I, as a non-songwriter, that I find kind of interesting is it seems like there's not one way to do it. We've done hundreds of these podcasts, and everybody that we talk to has a little bit different way of going about it. So I'm just curious, how do you get the songs
Um,
delivered or out?
yeah, I write a lot of words down. I typically don't just write the song right then and there. I have words and ideas and clump them together, and then a melody will hit me, and I'll go back to my notes. And a lot of those, majority of my words come to me when I'm out working on the ranch.
Yeah.
It's weird, and it comes in spurts too. Some months I have like 100 pages in my phone of random words. If anyone ever read them, they'd think I was crazy. But um, then that's how I do it.
Okay. So has it always been on the phone for you in terms of notes, or when you're
No, on paper
okay?
typically. Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was in college, I wrote everything down, and then anymore, it's just I have my phone on me, and it's easier. But
Okay. Yeah. I know I would have a difficult time, and I do think I might have this in common with other folks. This is the only thing I have in common with folks that are good at writing songs. But I would think of something and then have hard if I didn't commit it to paper or phone notes or something.
yeah,
Like it would be gone. I would
oh yeah,
that would be incredibly frustrating. I would think so.
and it happens that way too.
Yeah. Um, do you when you maybe when you're around? Do you ever get hit with it when you're around your family or not out
Um,
working on the ranch?
with songwriting,
Yeah.
yeah, that I write most of my stuff when I'm working. Write the words, then the music I write when I get back to my guitar.
Yep. That makes sense. All right. Well,
Or
let's move to the other sections. What would you say comes next if it's either recording, performing, or doing all the other little bits and pieces that go in?
um, what I like most,
Yeah.
performing.
Okay.
Out of those, I guess.
And did you
Yeah.
know? Did you figure that out right away when you started playing the bars?
Yeah, I like the way it made me feel uncomfortable, and I still do. It makes me
Right.
want to be better.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an anxious feeling, but it's not. It's not like nervous. It's a good feeling. I
Right.
like it. So
Um,
performing live does that for me.
and roughly, in terms of let's say a rough guess on number of shows that you would play, like say this year, how many? What's your
This year I'm
target? Or
playing like 30,
okay.
little over in 30. I've been playing almost double that between solo and band gigs, but I'm just trying to focus on my family and the ranch a lot more.
Sure, makes sense. Well, we'll
So
talk about the ranch a little bit
yeah,
later in the pod. But okay, so we've knocked out songwriting and performing. I'm guessing. Well, I'll let you tell me what recording or all the other stuff.
well, I've recording. I'm done a little bit, but not a ton.
Right.
And the recording I have done, I've sure enjoyed it because I was with some great people. But
Hmm.
all the other jazz can be fun too, design and all that.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Obviously, if you have the right pieces in place, the recording experience can be pretty amazing.
Oh yeah.
How much of a change did you experience from what you brought in to the recording studio to what the final product looked like? Is that something that
Oh
you
yeah,
kind of
it was
anticipated, or?
no, it was full circle because when I recorded Rancher Blues, I didn't. I still had a lot of it unbuttoned, so I did a bunch of it, finished writing in there, and then it all came to life. It was pretty cool because that was before I'd had a live band as well.
Okay.
Uh, much of we hadn't played much, I guess, and so it was just cool getting to hear my songs evolve with a band versus just me.
Did you have a studio relatively close by, or?
No, that so the first recordings I ever did were in like 2018 maybe.
Okay.
And a guy in town, well, out he lives out east of town about 30-40 miles, and he saw me play at a country chili cook-off or something. I don't remember what it was. And he told me he liked what I was doing and asked if I ever thought about recording, and I said no. And then that was that. And then I run into him like 3 months later at another little gig I was playing. Right, this is when I was just starting out, and he's like, "I really like what you're doing. You should come record." I'm like, I never really thought about it, like at all. And then finally, the third time, he asked me, and I went. So I recorded out there. He just in his house had a little setup, and it turned out all right
Nice.
for the circumstances. But then Rancher Blues, I ended up going down to Dripping Springs, Texas. So that's where I wound up.
Fantastic. That's a good place. All
Oh
right.
yes.
Well, I think maybe now might be a good time to talk about a little bit of your relationship with Kenny and kind of how that originated and how that's developed.
Oh yeah. Um, well, I've of course heard of Kenny and listened to his songs, but never met him. And one day he reached out to me online, I think it was, and asked me if I wanted to open up for him in Laramie. I said, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then we just become real good buddies right off the bat. And he's he, Kenny's the man. There's
he,
nobody like him for real.
he is. I gotta think he is just from, we haven't spent I mean, we spent a few hours with him now, but um, I gotta think he's a good mentor to have in terms of how to
Oh, he's the
navigate the
best.
business, right?
Oh yeah. Well, within so like the recording deal, I never thought much of recording, and then I didn't get suckered into it. I'm glad I did, but playing music outside of Wyoming in my comfort zone, that was all Kenny.
Right.
I played that one show, and he's like, "Well, you want to go on this little run?" I was like, "Okay." So then I went with him and Jake
Yep.
down to like Oklahoma, and then that was that, and we became really good buddies. And I tried to do a few runs with Kenny each year in his band.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Soul Gravy, you ready?
Yeah. Um, so I'm curious, as far as in college, you said you started writing songs around that time.
Yeah.
I'm curious what kind of style of songs were what were you listening to about that
Uh,
time? And then what were you trying to write about that time?
yeah. So my my freshman year, I was living in the dorms on the fourth floor. I always remember that because the Brownsville Station song, "Meet me on the fourth floor." But anyway, my random roommate that I never met, never showed up, so I had this room to myself, and then I just kind of started dabbling around. I was at first time I was ever really away from the norm of Gillette. and took it all in. And I don't remember exactly why. Well, I just started listening to Hank Williams, and it changed my life. I remember being in that dorm room by myself and listening, and then I had to go buy this guitar, and I just started uh, playing and singing to Hank. That's how I learned to play,
Okay.
and that's how I learned to sing. So,
Hmm.
yeah, a lot of the songs that I have out are some of the stuff I wrote in college.
Hmm. I got
Yeah.
you. That's.
And
I
then
mean,
from there, I just started listening to everything. Through the university library, I could check out CDs, and then I'd rip them to my hard drive, like the whole Pink Floyd catalog, everything from Zappa to Allman, and just listened to it all and got into it pretty heavy. So yeah.
I got you. And one of the other things you were talking about that I like how you worded that as far as playing those gigs by yourself. You intentionally got yourself out of your comfort zone. Um, at least that's the way I took that.
Yeah, well,
And which is
Kenny did.
well, you mentioned
Like,
like even playing in front of folks, in front of things. It seemed like it was an
oh
adjustment.
yeah, well,
Each step was an adjustment for you.
for sure, yeah. Well, like everyone's like, "Are you nervous?" And it's like it's a good anxious feeling when you're about to perform.
Hmm.
It's hard to explain it really, but it's not nerve-wracking. It's like getting on a bucking horse. You don't know what's about to happen.
So I mean, I've listened to your music that you have out because Steve has played some on some of his stuff that he's done on TikTok and whatnot. When you played those, 3-4 hour bar gigs, I know you weren't able to do all originals. So
No,
what are some covers that you actually liked? We all know some stuff that you have to play, but what's some stuff you enjoyed playing?
Hank.
Okay.
Yeah, that is. It's a great thing to have too, because if you're playing like in front of a bunch of old folks, and you
Right.
just start playing Hank Williams, they're like,
So
"Oh, you're
win-win.
just the best." I'm like, "Oh,
They give you Capri Suns and those strawberry
Yeah.
candies and all kinds
yeah,
of things.
yeah." But
Try this butterscotch.
Exactly.
no, I don't know. I need to practice more covers. I've said that since the start, but um, I don't know. I covered some Skinner and stuff.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I got the band, it was awesome because
Right.
they're their own guys. They do their own thing, but help me out. And if somebody says Grateful Dead, we may just be up there for 50 minutes and never hear a word.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure with the band it opens things up tremendously.
Hmm.
But by yourself, that's why I was curious of what else you would
Yeah, I
be able to
struggled
throw
with
in
it.
like that. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I still kind of struggle with it, but I can always go back to Hank songs. I don't know
So
if that's what people want to hear, but that's all I know how to play.
Works for me.
no,
So,
I think that's a pretty safe bet for the most part. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a if you're in a country crowd, there's a good chance that's going to win some folks over, and it kind of fits you and your style too. So
oh, yeah.
that's a safe thing. What about as far as like when you seem pretty laid back.
Oh, yeah.
I can relate to that. But when you're on stage, do you as far as communicating with the audience, is that something you do very well, or you just
No, not at all.
completely understand? So
Yeah.
you
I need to be better at it. I need to
are
open my eyes.
can understand that as well. I don't see half the shit that goes on in a bar because I'm half the time my eyes are closed, so I
Yeah.
completely understand. Is that so? That's something you consciously think about working on and
Oh, yeah.
improving on.
Every day. Yeah. We rehearse once a week. My band's out of Sheridan. And so I go over there once a week, and they're always telling me, keep your eyes open, Kellen. And it's easy at rehearsal.
Right.
And once it's game time, it's hard. it's not hard. I just start forgetting my words when I'm like focusing on other stuff. You know, that's what it more boils down to. It's not like stage fright. It's I can't I can't recall.
I
But
totally get that. You're in like flow state, right? So
yeah,
you're just going, and
That's what I was. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
You
that
get
makes
kind of lost in the. I get lost in the song, and I'm not like my
oh yeah,
intentions is. I mean, not that I'm doing anything that's. I'm just a barroom guy, but I still get lost in songs, and not. I
yeah,
don't. My thinking is not necessarily like I want the audience to enjoy it, but I'm with my guys and in our space. You know,
right,
somewhere
yeah,
between the drummer and the monitors.
yeah,
That's where we lie. You know.
yeah,
All right, Tabo.
um, I want to talk a little bit about Pine Box Jim because I think
yeah.
I feel like I don't know if that was my introduction to you or not, but it
That
feels
was
like
mine.
maybe yeah. So, was it a noticeable change for you in terms of I don't know, that came out and then people started noticing a little bit more?
Oh
Was that
yeah,
okay?
yeah. More so than before because I um not very active online, I guess. But um, yeah, yeah, people seem to like it, and I was thankful for it. But the guys in Texas that recorded that record with me crushed it,
Yeah,
and we knew it when when we recorded it. We listened to it. We're like, oh boy,
pretty cool.
Cody
Um,
Angel, man. Hats off to Cody Angel.
Great tune, man. Great tune.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all, for whatever reason, are not familiar with Kellen, first off, thank you for being online and joining us on YouTube and Facebook. But if you aren't familiar, just, I don't know, I would suggest that would be a great song to start with, just to get a little bit of a feel, and then you can work your way down the line.
Yep.
Speaking of songs, I know it feels like it's been 3 hours, but we're halfway through already. So, would you like to introduce Haywires?
Yeah.
Haywires, yeah, Haywires is a song I wrote in college, and um, I wrote it while about fencing, in correlation with relationships. I like when you're out walking these fence lines and fixing them up. It'll be good for a good stretch, and then all of a sudden you go over the hill, and it's just nothing's left. Like the elk or whatever's torn it out, and it's like, oh boy, it's gonna be a 3 hour part right here. So I thought it was interesting that that kind of correlates with life and relationships, love in particular. Like everything can be good and then patchy.
Yep.
But yeah,
Cool.
anyway.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, so Gravy, we will hit the Kellen and I will hit the mute button so we can get a good cut of this.
All right. Here we go.
Caught you walking down the fence line, and your eyes were half stone. You hung the baggage on down the line. You were walking alone. Spring grass was greener than it's ever been before. As I felt the summer sun arising, while it started to fall, it turned to fall. Now I'm walking across that snow-covered field, and them leaves have all done and gone. Mending wires on these broken dreams and memories. Sometimes a broken post in a broken heart can make a man lay it all down. Hey, wires on the fence line, she's all I found. She's all I found. Now come December, you've just about lost your mind. While I'm working these hillsides, just trying to find mine. And up on top of that up to the top just to see where we've been, and then I fall. Now I'm walking across that snow-covered field, and them leaves have all done gone. Mending wires on these broken dreams and memories. Sometimes a broken post in a broken heart can make a man lay it all down. Hey, wires on a fence line, she's all I found. She's all I found. Honest days work may take days, goldenrod wore down, and our love like a fence line, it's all come unwound. But know the splice that you've created, it can't be undone. That's why I'm stretching these wires tight, staring straight through the sun till I fall. And I'll be walking across that snow-covered field, and them leaves have all done gone. Mending wires on these broken dreams and memories. Sometimes a broken post in a broken heart can make a boy lay it all down. She's all I found. She's all I found. She's all I found. She's all I found.
Alrighty, there we go.
There it is.
That's some good stuff.
Oh, hell. Thanks.
Yeah, wonderful. And I think, I don't know this for sure, but I'm going to guess that that was one of Jake's pictures. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jake took that when we were moving cows a while back.
Well,
Or bulls, yeah.
good reason to tune in next week. Jake, also AKA Dusty Vaquero, will be joining us, who's a multi-talented individual. So we're excited about that. But speaking of Jake, he just had the first Dusty Vaquero days, I think within the last month, right?
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
The end of May. Yeah.
And y'all got to play, and I saw Kenny was on there too. And
Yep.
bunch
It was
of-
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome, man. Turned out really good.
Putting on a festival for the first time can be a little tricky. So we've got some questions for Jake when he shows
Yeah.
up next week.
Yeah, and it was in Gillette, my hometown, and I mean Gillette has the capabilities and the setup for it, and him and my buddy Ryan did that, put it on, but everyone thought it was that I had way more to do with it than I did. You know, they're like asked me questions about my festival. I was like, dude, it ain't my festival. I helped them boys as much as I could, but
For sure. Well, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
The lineup was fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Logan.
Logan
was
Ryan.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who we just had on. I think that one's coming out soon, maybe. And
My
then-
daughter sent me a Spotify song, a link today. It texts me, you know how you send people
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
check
yeah.
the song out or whatever. And she sent me a Logan Ryan song. I'm like, I'm ahead of you on this one. Usually
Really?
Cool.
Right.
usually
Yeah.
she's showing me, but still, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Heck
Very
yeah.
cool.
The other thing that I want to point out is what I really like about I mean I really dig your style of music and everything for sure. But when we met you through Kenny,
Yep.
but your style and Kenny's style, I mean they could be cousins, but they're not. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
different. They're
Oh
different.
yeah.
But that's cool that that y'all can have the relationship that y'all have and all that kind of stuff, and him be over here and you're over here.
Oh
You know
yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's Kenny's that type of guy, man. I'm glad you brought him back up because there's not you can't say enough good things about the guy. For
Hey,
real.
he
I ain't just
deserves all
saying
the
that to
good for
kiss his
sure.
ass. He's like he's a once in a lifetime friend, that comes around.
Well, we need those. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Amen.
I want to talk a little bit about the ranch. So can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about the Daly Ranch?
Yeah, I'm fifth generation. My kids are six. My great grandpa started it in the late 1800s, and still ranching, same ground.
It's
Yeah, pretty
super
cool.
impressive. Just to like mentally go back that far is, I
Yeah,
mean, super cool.
yeah. My grandpa Daly, he passed away in 17. I lost both my grandpas in 17. I wrote a bunch of songs um, about it, but yeah, I had the luxury of growing up with my grandpa daily, so I I got to learn a lot about the how this all came to be,
And
and then that that uh that give just being around him, it's hard to explain what that meant to the family,
sure.
getting to be around him for that
And
long.
y'all are you north of Gillette? Is that
Yep,
right? Okay.
north.
All right.
Yep,
And what kind of cattle operation do you run?
cow calf.
Okay. Nice.
Yep. Yeah,
Um,
and just they're out on the range. Um, no, we don't feed or no inputs,
gotcha.
just ranching.
Cool. Well, I did like, you kind of mentioned this in the Haywire song, but talking about not knowing exactly what's around the corner, and I think that is a pretty universal concept that you can apply to, like you said, just about anything.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I've heard that song several times, but there's it's funny sitting on this end because sometimes I'll just listen to a song, but then when I have to talk about it, like, I pay a little extra attention to it,
right.
as opposed to just being a consumer.
Hearing
And
it. Yep.
yeah, yeah. So it's actually, I don't know that it matters, but I think it's made me like a better consumer because now I
Yeah.
actually am
Yeah.
paying
Well,
a
it's
little
cool
more attention.
as the artist too. People come up to me at my shows and talk to me about my lyrics,
Yeah.
and more times than not, they're interpreting it differently than I
It
was
was
writing
intended,
it,
right?
and
Yeah.
I don't always tell them, but like
That's
it's
okay. I
cool,
mean, that's
man, because
part of the deal, right?
it's art, man.
Do you,
It's awesome.
At least they were listening.
yeah.
Amen. Yeah, like
I'm
Dead
glad to know.
Lonely. I got a song Dead Lonely, and I say stuck in the rut with these old paradigms. And this one guy, he said, "That's so cool how you say pair of dimes." I was like, "Yeah,
We can
it's
work about anything
paradigms.
into this song.
Yeah, yeah, like paradigms with a GM.
Yeah.
Paradigm."
Is there, this is kind of a weird question, but do you ever have folks come up to you after a show and then like try to tell you who maybe you remind them of, or
Oh
is that
yeah,
is that a
all the
thing?
time. Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
so who are the
Oh,
comps?
for yeah, they used to say I sound like Childers.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
But Sometimes I can hit my high notes and sometimes I can't, boys.
Right. Understand.
Depends on what show of the run we're on.
Right.
Sometimes I'm Tyler, sometimes I'm Coulter Wall.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Right on.
No, I know. A lot of people asked about Dale Brisby. No, not if I was, but they say I'm trying to be like him. I'm like, yeah, I am. I want to be like Dale, man.
Yeah, well, we all want Dale's Enterprises,
Exactly.
right?
Duh.
Yeah.
I ain't growing
Exactly.
this hair for nothing. No, I don't. It's interesting. A lot of people, there's some people that hear Hank in my voice, and I'm not ashamed to say that's how I learned how to sing. I'd never even thought about singing before I just started singing over Hank records.
Right.
And I was actually at the Dusty Vaquero days. The newspaper was interviewing me, and I got into Hank Williams. And the lady, she didn't really understand it, but I was like, she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm like, "You'll just have to go home and listen."
That's the best answer.
It's either your deal or it ain't.
Right.
There's a lot of people that respect Hank Williams, but to me, like, I I believe he's the true king. But
Yeah,
that's for a different discussion, I
it
guess.
is. It is. But you won't find a ton of arguments, I think,
Yeah,
probably around
No,
here.
if you're somebody that likes the songwriting and especially sad songs, I mean
yeah.
Hank's one of the best on that.
Yeah.
I mean
And
he's
how
But
got
much he
just
did in
he's
such a
got
short time.
yeah, he's got some absolute tearjerkers that
oh yeah,
a
and
lot of people have never heard, So
Yeah.
the way he
yeah,
can hit those high notes, and I don't know, it just amazed me. And I could learn how to play those songs pretty easy.
Right. Right.
yeah,
So
3 to 4 chords and you're
yeah,
done.
when I was learning to play guitar, it really helped me. When I've learned my E chord and my A chord, I had it whipped.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. His voice was the original B bender. So
Yeah,
yeah.
amen.
That's
Yep.
true.
To
Uh,
Hiram.
just to point out, this is it's probably my algorithm, but when that song, when Haywire went off, Wilder Blue came on after that on my own shuffle. So
Oh, there you go.
that's a
Oh
nice little
yeah,
pairing right there.
yeah,
Um, let's talk about Texas as far as how that area or Texas, Oklahoma, that scene in general has kind of latched on to some of your music. Have you gotten any feedback on things like that as far as well,
yeah.
I know with Spotify and everything, you can see the pockets of what
Oh yeah, and
where your music is hidden.
there's Texas is good. One of my biggest ones, and I got a lot of buddies in Texas now, but that's where I end up recording my last two albums. I become best friends with a fellow named Tyler McCollum.
Yeah.
Him and
I know Tyler.
him and Cody Angel
Yeah.
produced my records, and become best friends with both of them. And so they're both in Fort Worth now, and yeah. So I think at Fort Worth I got a pretty good. And when I go down there with Kenny, that's the only time I played down south is with Kenny or on any run,
I got you.
big run. Yeah,
Yep.
but there's people down there that wearing my shirts and stuff, I guess.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, man, it's weird. I appreciate it, but still, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well,
I'm
Soul
sure that's a
Gravy.
great feeling.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
What,
right.
what I was going to ask him as far as when you do a show like with Kenny or anybody when you're in a situation where they don't know who you are, and you do your thing and you can see people are starting to catch on, heads are starting to bob a little bit, and
Yeah,
and then maybe they meet you at the merch table afterwards. How is that? How's that from your point of view? How's that feel?
it's amazing. It's really cool. And that's the best part about being the opening deal with Kenny is then I get to go to the merch booth and he's got to work till 1 in the morning, and bullshitting, selling merch from him taking my ass on the road, you know.
Right.
But it's really cool. Like I said, a lot of the people telling me how they interpret the lyrics, or if they interpret them the way I wrote them too, how they've helped them through some hard times, or yeah, it's pretty impactful, man. Talking to
Yeah.
the people at the merch booth, I love it.
Yeah. Well, so anybody that's watching this thing, I mean, no matter if it's if it's anybody we've talked to, but if you go to an independent show or any show and go talk to the opener at the merch table, I mean, they're going to be hanging out. They're trying to
Mandatory.
push those shirts and those
It's right.
that merch to get down the road, literally. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
and then the kind words and the everything else. We talk about the merch is the fuel for the bus or the van to get down the road, but the conversation is the fuel for you
oh yeah,
to
for
keep on
sure.
going with what you're doing. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
most definitely.
all
And
right.
Kenny's helped me with that too, because
Hmm.
before that, I didn't really have merch, or I never thought about it much.
Right.
And then I went with Kenny on that one run, and I was like, holy shit, I ought to get some merch.
He's treating this like a
When you're
business.
on the road, I mean, I don't have much expense traveling in his van, but
Right.
it's nice to make a few bucks.
Yeah,
And
yeah, for
it's
sure.
like, well, yeah, you're there. So,
It'd be nice to have an occasional steak instead of top ramen when the rest of the band's
yeah.
eating well. Um,
Beef, it's what's for breakfast.
that's right. Um, well, I was going to tell Soul Gravy.
Hmm.
So, you know Tyler's brother, and Tyler, there's a high possibility that if you show up in October, Tyler's going to be there as well. So you'll get to meet him.
Who is his brother?
Uh, his name's Parker.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah, well,
I
I don't think
understand.
Parker's going to be there, but Tyler's going to be
I
there.
got you.
So
I
yeah,
got you.
yeah.
I'm
So
following what you're saying.
all the more reason why you need to show up in
I
October.
plan on making the trip from East
So
Tennessee all the way to Central Texas.
yes, so just so you don't feel left out, Kellen, we do a happy hour in the stockyards
Cool.
in Fort Worth. So if you happen to be around in mid October, just let me know. We'll get
You
you in.
never know, man. I'll be guiding hunters. Be
Oh,
guiding
okay.
hunters.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
good, good. All right. Well, are you ready for a little rapid fire?
I've never been more ready.
All right, good, good. All right. What's an album that you purchased more than once?
Second helping.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How
All right.
about that, Soul Gravy?
That's right.
That was our first earwax, wasn't it?
It was the
Or no, it
second
was
one.
the
Dude.
second one. Yeah,
Because the second
obviously.
helping.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay.
First time I ever heard I Need You, it stopped me in my tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good.
What about the Steelwood version of it, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
To,
All right. I knew
to
you did.
Rowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You get dinner with one historical figure. What are you eating, and who are you eating it with?
Historical figure, like,
Could be anybody, dead or
oh,
alive. Yeah.
oh, I'd ribeye with CM Russell.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. You've seen a few of these, so I feel like it's a fair question. But what does your ideal green room look like?
Oh, well, bathroom's nice. And, um, yeah, that, that's about. Surprisingly, they do. They'll have like bodets and some of the grungiest green rooms. They like have a fancy toilet,
Right. Yeah.
and then there's just a bunch of Sharpie like eat shit and die on the wall. But no, man, that a shower is really nice. But
Yeah. So
yeah,
not nothing too specific other than just a bathroom is
yeah,
randomly clean stuff.
yeah.
All right. Cool. First concert that you attended, and then the first concert that you paid to go see.
First concert I ever went to was Stained, 14 Shades of Grey tour, and
And
yeah, it was
where was that? Can I have?
Rapid City,
Okay.
South Dakota. And then the first show I paid for, well, when I got into college, that's when I really started going to music. And when I bought that guitar, and it would have been String Cheese Incident in
Oh,
Yonder Mountain.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Good
So that's
answer.
probably like that'd been the first concert I went to with my own money, I guess,
Yeah.
probably.
All right, cool. Um,
Stained is
Buck,
underrated live, by the way. If
Amen.
anybody hasn't seen them, they're ridiculous
Yeah.
live.
Great
I,
band.
Like from kick to end, they're just power. It's
Great
crazy.
band. I'm glad they're back on the road.
Hmm.
I somehow missed it until I was 53. But I saw him at Highway. I saw him at Highway 30.
Did you see Aaron
In
Lewis
Tipton.
or
No,
Stained?
Stained, the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was pretty awesome. I didn't really know what to expect, and I was kind of blown away. So
They're a great band.
yeah, good
Yeah,
stuff.
there's nothing super fancy about their show. It's just
No,
just
it's
a
really good.
badass
And good songs,
musicians.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great songs. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Next question is bucket list venue. So I don't know. Is there a venue in Wyoming that you haven't played that you'd like to play, and then maybe one outside of Wyoming?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot, but I guess Cheyenne Frontier Days and Red Rocks,
Yeah.
for sure.
Two
I've got to
winners right
play a lot
there.
of really cool shows in Wyoming, man, that I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. What about if you could add your music to any TV show or movie soundtrack? Which one would you want to be on?
Well, I keep telling Tyler if he could get Rancher Blues on Yellowstone, we'd be winning.
Right?
But shit, man, I don't know what I got to do. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch a ton of television and stuff. So
Yeah. I mean, that's got to seem like kind of cowboy cosplay to you, right?
yeah, I've never
When you watch
watched it.
Yellowstone?
No,
Oh,
I've
okay.
watched a
So I can't
couple
even ask.
episodes with my wife, and it was good. I
Yeah.
don't know. I never got into it much, but I wouldn't mind if Rancher Blues was on there.
That wouldn't be the worst thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That
All
that
right.
is something I've never thought about, Steve. As far as the fact of like someone in your position, watching any kind of western or
Oh
anything.
yeah.
Or do
Well,
you
it's
pick
TV,
do you
right?
pick it apart? Like you're like that's
Oh well, it's hard
bullshit.
not to. Some of it, yeah.
Understood.
The one I watched, maybe it was like the first episode, and they were pulling a calf,
Yeah.
and it was the fakest. I was like, "Good lord, this what?" And it was not how it goes down, but whatever.
Straight out.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
whatever.
All right. This is my last question,
Okay.
and it sometimes is controversial, but I don't think it's going to be. So, this one is tribute bands, yay or nay?
Tribute bands?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you have one that you
dude.
specifically like?
This was at Cheyenne Frontier Days when I was in college. I went and saw Kiss, and it was awesome. But then we went to a bar afterwards, not even knowing, and there was Midget Kiss.
Oh, Mini Kiss. Yeah.
And dude, it was the greatest night of my life. Ever since then, I'm like, hell yeah.
I think
I haven't been
mini
to many tribute bands, but
I think
Right.
Mini Kiss gets a pass.
They
it
do.
was so fucking cool, and I didn't even know we were gonna do that. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Man, that's a lot for one night. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
All right, Soul Gravy, you
Well,
ready
he
for the?
wanted to rock and roll.
Yeah.
I couldn't even
I
finish it
know
with
what
a
you're gonna
straight face.
say.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just keep
You
moving.
party
All right.
every day.
Yeah,
Yeah, God, I failed on that one. Anyways,
we can edit.
all right, no, all right. So this started as a joke on episode 1, and now it is a requirement that I ask this question, and we figured out there's some boundaries on this question geography wise. So if you we'll see if it reaches to Wyoming. What is your favorite Little Debbie snack?
Oh, Little Debbie. I gotta
Okay,
go with those Swiss rolls, man.
There
Isn't
you
that
go.
Little Debbie? Yeah.
that is, it is.
I
All
mean,
right,
honestly, Little Debbie's kind of impressed with how far west it's gone.
yeah.
Because I was a little questionable on
It seems like
if we'd end
further
up
west.
with more
It seems like they're
hostess.
doing better more west than they are
North.
north.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the zebra
Probably more
cakes are
Dollar
pretty good.
Generals.
Yeah. There's Dollar Generals everywhere in Wyoming, dude.
Yeah,
Population
everywhere.
10, Dollar General.
That's why. Okay, we
Yeah,
figured it out.
it makes
All right.
sense. But Kellen, we appreciate you taking time out of your day to hang with us. I know you had more
Oh.
important things to do, but it was
No.
fun for us.
Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
First podcast ever, man.
You did great.
Yeah, definitely. Good to meet you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
y'all. Take care.